shouldn't be about getting this amazing shot or trying to get as many likes on Facebook or any of that crap. It should be about taking photographs that you enjoy taking photographs of.
I first knew I wanted to become a photographer when I was 18. I didn't actually actively start photographing until it was probably about 2021. I was in the Caribbean islands and it happened very fast. It was almost like an epiphany or a kind of like, I don't want to say like a vision, but it just happened. It just came to me. If I'm wanting to get close with people, the camera is the last thing that comes out. I want to spark up a conversation. I want to make eye contact. And once a conversation or a little bit of trust has been gained, that's when I tell them who I am and what I want to do. And so I think it's just morally right. I've seen people in both developed countries and developing countries where people just shove a camera in, a homeless man's face and walk away without any respect for the individual that they're photographing, and that really upsets me a lot. They deserve more than that, and especially if you're photographing someone, you need to respect that. There's always some kind of hardship or survival in something. I always find I don't know why I'm drawn to that. So I'm interested in how they cope with the situation and how they overcome it. Or sometimes that isn't the case with some subjects that I photograph. They haven't overcome this specific situation, but it's understanding the thought process, and I think that's why I continue to photograph around that sort of specific theme. I approached him on the street here in Calgary, actually. He came from a very interesting background. He's had a great life. At one point working in the oil industry, he had, a house, a car, a girlfriend, he had toys, he had it all, but then he lost it. Now he lives on the streets. He's been sober from heroin for I think about 11 years now, but he still struggles. He tells me he still struggles. It's interesting when you meet these people. You always have a preconceived notion that they're homeless or they're bums or they're something, right? But it's interesting how everybody has their own little story, and it's nice being proven wrong when you judge a book by its cover and it ends up being completely not what you thought, which is good. I think the hardest thing is when I meet some of these great individuals. They have just the coolest stories, and you don't get to spend a lot of time. And I'm talking hang out with spend years with these people. In Bangladesh, I was hanging out with a bunch of people that were living on the streets, and I got to spend half a year with them. But imagine what you could experience with them if you spent 5 years with them. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is when you really connect with some subjects, and you might, after your encounter, you might never see them again, sort of thing. So, yeah.